the spotlight hit. The music dropped. And in that moment, SmackDown belonged to Tiffany Stratton again. For weeks, Jade Cargill has stood tall as the most dominant force in WWE's women's division. Unstoppable. Unbeaten. Untouched. The champion who silenced doubters and bulldozed challengers without mercy. But dominance has a funny way of attracting ghosts from the past. And on this night, WWE SmackDown didn't just witness a return, it witnessed a reckoning, because Tiffany Stratton is back, and she didn't return to smile, wave, or play nice, she returned to take back what she believes was stolen. Welcome to Ring 2 reality. And this is the story of a throne reclaimed, or a dream destroyed. Tiffany Stratton's absence from WWE was never explained clearly. One moment, she was standing at the top of the division, championship gold wrapped around her waist, confidence radiating through every entrance. The next moment, she was gone. No farewell. No injury update. Just silence. And during that silence, Jade Cargill rose like a storm. When Jade defeated Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship, it wasn't just a title change, it was a shift in power. Jade didn't just beat Tiffany, she overwhelmed her. Strength over style. Power over precision. And that loss haunted Stratton. Because for the first time since arriving in WWE, Tiffany wasn't the center of attention anymore. She disappeared, but she didn't disappear broken. Behind the scenes, WWE sources have long hinted that Tiffany Stratton's time away wasn't about weakness, it was about reinvention. She didn't vanish to recover. She vanished to reload. And now, after months of silence, she returned to SmackDown with one clear message. The division was never meant to move on without her. SmackDown was already electric when Jade Cargill stepped into the ring, championship shining under the lights, presence commanding silence. Jade has become the measuring stick. The woman everyone is compared to. The champion who doesn't talk much, because she doesn't have to. Her dominance speaks for itself, but dominance doesn't protect you from memory. As Jade addressed the WWE Universe, talking about how no one left could challenge her, the arena shifted. A familiar sound hit. The crowd gasped before it even fully registered. And then, Tiffany Stratton walked out. No hesitation, no fear, just purpose. The look on Jade Cargill's face said everything. This wasn't surprise, it was irritation. Like a queen seeing someone she thought was erased from history. Tiffany entered the ring slowly, eyes locked on the championship, not on Jade. Because in her mind, that title still belongs to her, and then came the warning. Tiffany Stratton didn't raise her voice. She didn't insult Jade. She didn't beg for an opportunity. Instead, she delivered something far colder, certainty. She reminded everyone that Jade didn't enter. She reminded Jade that champions don't vanish forever, they return when the time is right. And then she said the words that sent chills through the entire women's division, I'm coming for my championship back, not a championship. My championship. That single sentence reframed everything. This isn't a rivalry born from opportunity. This is personal. Tiffany Stratton doesn't see Jade Cargill as a mountain to climb, she sees her as an obstacle that temporarily blocked destiny. And WWE knows exactly how powerful this story can become. Internally, WWE has been carefully planning Tiffany Stratton's return arc. They didn't bring her back for a quick match or a filler feud. This is a long-term championship storyline, one that could climax at Royal Rumble or explode on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 42. Think about what this match represents. Jade Cargill is power personified. A force built on intimidation and physical dominance. She doesn't need momentum, she creates it. Every win adds to her aura. Every challenger that falls makes her reign feel inevitable. Tiffany Stratton, on the other hand, is precision, confidence, and evolution. She's learned what it feels like to lose everything. And that kind of loss sharpens a competitor. Tiffany isn't the same woman Jade beat months ago. She's calmer. Colder. Hungrier. That's what makes this feud dangerous. Jade believes Tiffany's time has passed. Tiffany believes Jade's reign is borrowed time. WWE Creative reportedly sees this as a defining moment for both women. If Jade defeats Tiffany again, her reign becomes legendary, proof that even the past cannot catch her. But if Tiffany Stratton defeats Jade Cargill, it completes one of the most satisfying redemption arcs in modern WWE history, and that's why Royal Rumble is being discussed as a possible battleground. The Royal Rumble event thrives on unpredictability. Emotions run high. Careers shift overnight. A championship match between Jade and Tiffany on that stage would feel explosive, especially if Tiffany earns her shot by surviving chaos and proving she belongs back at the top. But WrestleMania 42, that's where this story truly belongs, because WrestleMania isn't just about winning titles, it's about rewriting history. Imagine it, Jade Cargill walking into WrestleMania undefeated, championship reign intact, aura untouched. Tiffany Stratton walking in as the woman who refuses to stay erased, who clawed her way back through doubt, absence, and dismissal. One match, one title, one moment that defines a generation. Behind the scenes, WWE understands the balance here. Jade represents the future WWE wants to build: global presence, unmatched power, mainstream appeal. Tiffany represents the evolution of homegrown talent, someone who grew within the system and learned from failure. That contrast is money. The warning Tiffany delivered on SmackDown wasn't just for Jade, it was for the entire locker room. Because once a former champion declares her return, everyone else becomes collateral damage. Tiffany Stratton is no longer interested in proving herself. She's interested in reclaiming her throne. And Jade Cargill? She now carries something new for the first time as champion: pressure, because being dominant is easy when challengers fear you, but facing someone who has already stood where you stand, that's different. Tiffany knows the weight of that championship. She knows the spotlight. She knows the expectations. And most importantly, she knows what it feels like to lose it. That experience changes a competitor forever. WWE fans are already divided. Some believe Jade's reign should continue untouched, cementing her as an unstoppable icon. Others believe Tiffany's return is exactly what the division needs: a layered story, emotional stakes, and a payoff that feels earned. And that's the beauty of this rivalry: there is no wrong outcome, only impact. SmackDown feels different now. The women's division feels alive again. Because when former champions return with unfinished business, the future becomes unpredictable. Titles stop feeling safe. Champions stop feeling comfortable. Tiffany Stratton didn't return to remind people who she was, she returned to show everyone who she has become. And Jade Cargill just found herself standing in the path of a woman who refuses to stay in the past. Royal Rumble or WrestleMania 42, the destination is still being decided. But the direction is clear. WWE is building toward a collision that could redefine the women's division for years to come. The warning has been delivered, the challenge is inevitable, and the throne is no longer uncontested. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Tiffany Stratton's shocking return and her chilling warning to Jade Cargill, make sure to hit that like button.